Welcome back to the channel, boys. Let me tell you, this project is a lot more than I thought it would be. Let me give you guys a little bit of an update here about what's been going on. If you guys remember all those like little marks and everything on the bottom of the frame here, those have all been deleted. Those are all gone, shaved down and everything. The frame, as you can see, it's still very orange, but in certain spots we are you know, pretty much ready to start painting. I've gotten most of the stuff sanded down and ready to go. This right now is like top priority #1. I really need to get this frame done for a few reasons. One, we're kind of fighting the clock here because this stuff, if left unattended for a little while, will start to rust. And then all of our work, if this starts to rust, our work will just have basically just went out the window. I'm kind of sort of just trying a bunch of different things. Like we have an angle grinder, we were sandblasting a little bit. We were having some trouble with our sandblaster though. We were using the die grinder, like a bunch of different stuff, trying different bits and wheels and stuff just to see what works best. But this is very challenging. Like this is day 3 of sanding this, and I probably spent about 8 to 10 hours on the first day, 8 to 10 hours on the second day, and it still doesn't really look like we made much progress. But also that leads me into my next thing. I think we're going to change up the way that we're doing painting on this a little bit. So originally I said that we were going to do Cerakoting on this, which is sort of like a type of paint that you kind of bake on here a little bit, and it's very durable, very good. But I think that we're going to end up going with more of like just basic rattle can paint. It's not like the very best, but I mean, in order to get this project done at somewhat of a timely manner, and considering we don't have like a shop with all the best tools, we kind of have to cut corners a little bit somewhere. It's not going to look bad. It's just not going to be like the best quality paint. And a plus of that too is that we're going to be able to use primer on this. So maybe like a filler primer to kind of smooth this out a little bit. But that is one of our top priorities here because if left unattended, this is going to rust really bad. So I need to get all of this sanded as best as possible. And then I'm actually going to jump right into primer. It's very important that we get this thing covered up so that we don't have any further rust issues or any more problems with the frame. But good news, I am meeting with a welder at 3 o'clock. He's coming in like 2 hours or something like that, because we do have all the extra bars in, minus one, we're missing one of them, but we have most of the extra bars in because we're gonna need to cut this and then extend it in certain areas, fix a few parts on the frame that we wanted to. The welder's gonna hopefully help us out with that. He's just coming for like a quote to kind of get an idea of what's going on with the project, but hopefully that will make this whole thing come along a lot smoother. So welding, frame, and getting all this stuff covered up, those are like the big priorities that I really want to get done as soon as possible. But we do have some actually great news. Our new seats are in. So here we are, boys. These are actually pretty comfortable. These are kind of nice seats. These are NRG. I know I've heard of NRG before. I think they're pretty good seats, but I don't know like a whole lot about them. But they have like a really nice hold. Then we have all of our areas here for the 5-point. That looks really nice down there. Another important thing about these is that these came with the brackets on the bottom here, and that's pretty important for mounting. I don't know if we need to mount these on like a rail and then mount the rail to the frame, or if we just bolt these directly to the frame. Not really sure what we're supposed to do, but we'll have to figure that out. They actually do look really nice. The stitching's pretty good. It's a nice black color that's gonna look good with our teal blue seat belts and everything. I really like it. They're gonna look nice. So moving forward, boys, I'm gonna get these somewhere safe and then get jumping more into the frame here. Gonna see put in as much work as we can here. We're probably going to end up priming before we do welds, and then we're just going to have to shave down the certain areas that we need to weld, because the welder probably will do that, where he's going to shave down certain areas to make it clean and ready and prep it for welding. I don't really know how to weld, so I don't really know what he's going to do, but it's kind of our plan. Alrighty, boys, so I talked to the welder, met with the welder. He came over and we talked about a bunch of different possibilities for the Sandrail. So right now we are all loaded up, getting the frame, motor, transmission, all the other stuff to make those fit in there. All of this is on the way to the shop. We have on this side here, these are some of our frame pieces that we're gonna have to cut and weld in. We don't know exactly what we're gonna do yet, but these are some of the ideas that we had. You know, we need to extend the frame back, and we also want to extend the frame up. We do need to add some sort of support here. This front assembly, we have a new one of those that is here, so that just kind of bolts onto right there. We need to replace some sort of frame piece right there. We talked about a few different things when it comes to this whole top assembly thing here. The welder noticed that we have a lot of these like holes here. I don't know why these were tapped here, what they're for, but that kind of could potentially, because there's so many of them, hurt the structural integrity of the frame. So we even considered the idea of just cutting off all of this, like the top portion and then the back portion, and just making a whole new piece. I really don't know, but I'm not the expert here, so I'm gonna let him kind of take the lead on that. But those are just some of the ideas that we had. He's the welder, I'm obviously not, so I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but we're gonna make it look nice and pretty. I guess sort of hindsight on this project, I definitely, if I were to like start this project all over again, I would have definitely gotten, like, just spent the money to get like a newer, nice frame, because dealing with all this stuff, by the time, you know, you dink with this, buy a bunch of like other random parts, your frame is like, you could have bought it. You could have bought a frame with all the money you spent. So, you know, hindsight's 20/20 on that. I guess learn from my mistakes. If you want to do a Sandrail project, make sure to buy a good frame. But anyways, we got both the trucks loaded up, so we're off to the shop.